All right, what's up guys? So today I'm doing an oil change in my Active 2.3 pressure washer, and I am recently learning that you have to do an oil change in an Active 2.3 pressure washer. This, admittedly, I didn't read the manual all the way on this one. Per Active's recommendation, you're supposed to do this the first time after 50 hours of use and then after every 100 hours of use. Now, I got this thing in April of last year. It is now the end of July, so I'm sure I'm well over that 50-hour mark, but neither here nor there, we're gonna get the oil changed on this today. So if you are doing this at home, only a couple of tools that you need to do this. You just need a flathead screwdriver, a torque wrench, 5mm Allen key, helps to have both a key and a socket, also an extension for a couple of the screws, 13mm socket. Now you only need this if the unit is still in the cage. And technically you can do this without removing it from the cage, but it's just easier. Next, you need some gloves, and a couple of shop tails, because this is gonna get messy. And of course, then some oil and a pan to put the oil in. Now, real quick, on the topic of oil, it's not a subject that I particularly love, but I do like to make sure that I am using the correct stuff when I have to do something regarding oil, right? So in Active's video and their documentation, they just specify that you need 85W90 motor oil. I think they mean gear oil, but whatever. What they don't say though is whether or not it needs to be any specific kind of oil. And in their video, it shows them using extreme pressure oil. So I looked around online, really couldn't find anything that specifies one way or another. So in the interest of making sure that I am using the right oil, and because I knew I was gonna make a video and I wanted to pass along the right info, I contacted Active support and asked them, you know, let's in the case of like a GL4 or a GL5 oil, is there a preference? Is there a requirement? Or does it matter? They said that as long as it is 85W90 oil, it doesn't matter what you use. Now, GL5 oil has just a couple of extra additives in it to make it, you know, a little bit better for, you know, high or extreme pressure situations. I think there is a difference, but nonetheless, which I would think that a pressure washer falls into that category. So because I happen to have both, I am gonna use the GL5, but again, per Active, doesn't matter what you use as long as it is the right weight. So I will leave both of these linked in the description below if you wanna check them out. All right, finally, one last thing before we get started. I just gotta say, man, you know, when it comes to this machine in particular, the performance of it is great. I love it, all that stuff is cool. But when it comes to doing an oil change on this, and I'm not gonna be hypercritical because I'm just learning that I did need to do an oil change, but it feels like it's a little bit of an afterthought. You know, some machines, especially even in this price range, have like a drain plug, a fill plug, all that kind of stuff. This one, we're gonna have to take the pump head off and like tip the machine upside down to drain the oil and then refill it. So it's not the most elegant solution, but you know, I guess it's not really that big of a hassle, but it would be cool maybe in a future revision if they did add that in here, since you do have to change this. And if you use, you know, if you're a detailing shop or anything like that, I imagine that you probably have to service these things a little bit more frequently than somebody who's just a casual home user. But again, I've had this machine for about 15, 16 months or so. And yeah, I'm sure I'm a little bit overdue. So anyway, okay, whatever, let's get into it. All right, first step is to remove the micro switch pin. So you can use the flathead screwdriver and just pull that pin out, super easy. All right, next up, take your 5mm Allen and remove the 4 pump head screws. By the way, mine were on crazy tight, so it took a little bit of effort to break these loose. Next, remove the brass pump and the middle pump. Now we can remove the next 4 screws with the 5mm Allen to remove the piston seat. All right, now's a good time to take a look at your gaskets and O-rings and everything like that. Mine were kind of mixed up. The main gasket came off of the brass pump head and was stuck to the middle pump, so I had to put that back in place. Also, some of the O-rings weren't where they were supposed to be, so yours might be like that. It's easy to get them back in order. Next up, we can remove this flat ring here, and then underneath of that are the thrust bearings. And also, the ring goes in a particular orientation, so just keep note of that when you put it back in. It's groove side down. All right, now we can drain the oil. So tilt this thing upside down into your oil pan and drain off the oil. See, again, this is where a drain plug really would have come in handy. Now, I don't know if you can do this without making a mess. The guy in the video made a mess, I made a mess, so this is where having some shop towels come in handy and use them to clean up. All right, next up, we can reinstall the thrust bearings and the top ring, which again, groove side down. You would have put them back in just as you removed them. Now we can fill it up with oil. So Active estimates it's about 5 ounces of oil. but really they say that you just fill it up until the top of the ring is fully submerged. So just fill it up to just past that top ring on top of the thrust bearings. All right, now for reinstallation, we'll just go in the exact reverse order. Start with the plunger seat and then screw everything into a star pattern, which really it's crisscross because there's only 4 screws. All right, so once you have all of those tightened, fully tighten them to 10 Newton meters. Now, when it comes to tightening these down, Active says 8 to 12 Newton meters. 8 to 12 is a bit of a range, so I'm just gonna go in the middle and do 10 Newton meters. All right, once that is done, now we can install the middle pump. And then the brass front pump. Now the 2 screws alongside of the water inlet, if you're using a 5mm Allen socket, it's gonna be a little bit off, at least for mine, because it wasn't thin enough. A little bit of interference between the water inlet and the closeness of the screw. So I tried to tighten this as much as I could with the Allen key and then try to get the last little bit with the torque wrench. And again, torque these to 10 Newton meters. I picked 10, you could do 12. Active says between 8 and 12. I just picked 10. And lastly, reinstall the micro switch. And there we go, all done. All right, guys, well, I think we are good to go here. So everything reconnected, no leaks, everything sounds good. So we're good for at least the next 100 hours. So if you bought an Active 2.3, especially around the time they came out, and if you've not changed the oil yet, it's probably time to do that. So check out the description. I will leave links to everything that I used. And like I said, like it would have been like really convenient if they would have put in a drain plug and a fill plug and all that stuff. However, you know, the process is not that difficult, and especially for the price of keeping this thing running tip-top, it's worth it. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. It is really hot in here. I love it, but I don't think there's enough powder to fix this shine. Oof.